It is a great honor and a privilege to introduce Ester Krausz. Your maiden name was Goldberger. We're here in your beautiful apartment in Jerusalem. And Ester, you were born in Slovakia. Can you tell us a little bit about your family and your history and how you survived the Shoah and how you came to Israel?
Oh, it's too long story. But I remember I was a little girl, but we lived a beautiful place in our house. The community there was the most religious community in Europe, but was very, very open educated because in those days for children, for girls was not a lot, but they had everything for girls there. It was like a Yekishur, that were very, very important for them. Also, the girls should have everything. Begins from, of course, for learning and also gymnastic and all what a girl can want and do.
So your grandparents. You have a lovely picture of your grandparents.
My
On your mother's side.
Yes. Okay. These are my parents. This is my father and my mother.
And Ester, you were born in 1936.
36. It's written, she knew better than me.
But you came from a large family.
Yes, I was the youngest. I was the youngest in the family.
And can you tell us about your siblings, your sisters and your brother? You had two brothers.
First of all, this sister, the oldest sister, she was really not usual. What she did, and if not her, I don't think that we would be here. I for sure not. But she was very, very. I don't know if she was so clever, but she wanted to know everything. She was not the cleverest, but she worked very hard to learn and to understand and everything. She had a very koyach, what you say?
Strength. And this was Leah.
What? Yeah, this is this. And she was, her story of her life is unbelievable.
And Ester, before we go there, can I ask you, what do you remember about your grandparents?
I remember only my grandfather. He had going with his stick, and then helping his little children, grandpa, and come, and then giving something for us. And so.
And you had a very warm family, a very warm home?
Yeah, very, 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 very. Baruch Hashem, we had. And I had a mother, and she was exceptional, like my sister, Shida. And my father was a nice, good person, unbelievable. And he was, in the Kehila, he had a big part. And he was responsible for so many other things in the Kehila, that it should be, how you say it in English, for Shabbos, she could go through and she should everything. He was responsible with all this.
They had an Erev?
Yeah, we had the Erev, yeah.
And were you in Pressburg?
What?
In which town were you living?
In Bratislava, in Pressburg. see, yes, in the main town.
In Bratislava.
Yeah. It was the most religious town in Europe. But, yes, and like I told you, but in those days, perhaps children on other places, girls did not have anything. There, girls had to do everything, to know everything, to learn everything like this. And everything, even we had to, gymnastic has to be done.
So what do you remember about cheder, or did you go to a girls', did you go to a kindergarten, and did your brothers go to cheder?
No. What I remember only sitting on the side upstairs up and seeing my sisters using the you know, doing you know, gymnastic in the water. There was a pool and everything.
Do you remember going to Beit Knesset, to the shul, with your parents?
Yeah, my father, he was also Schäuferblossing and all these things. And I remember myself, like a little girl, be so proud being next to him. This I'm, wow, how proud I was. It is my father, that he's doing everything, you know, the tefillot and
And what profession did your parents or your father do? How did he make a living?
He had Holzumkohle. He had wood and things for heating, yes. And this was his
But he also used to daven for the kehillah?
Yeah, and I remember Schäuferblossing and what this he did. But I remember because I was so proud. This is my father. I can see it today there.
So I'm just going to show, we have a picture with you and your sisters.
Yeah.
There were 5 of you, 5 girls.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is a picture. So Esther, can you tell us a little bit about your siblings, your brother and your sisters?
Not so much, because I was a little girl, and I saw I was just going to go to the first class when we had to leave and escape and it is. So.
But you have a picture of your brothers. You had 2 brothers.
No, I had 3.
3 brothers.
Must be there. There were 3 boys. Let's see them. Okay. And we were, yes, 3 boys. It's about 2. But the third is not here. And then and these are the girls. And that's me.
So here's a picture with the girls. And here's another picture. And here's with your siblings. And Esther, were you close? Do you remember you were close with your siblings? You all got on very well?
Don't remember so much.
What is your first memories that you have?
What?
What is your earliest memories that you have growing up in Bratislava?
Yes, not so nice. That I was very jealous of my older sister, because she was really exceptional and I was nothing. So I remember only that I could not decide which color they wanted to give us something. I could not understand if I like this or like that. But when she chose no, it's a color, then I also bought this color.
It's wonderful that these pictures survived, that you have these pictures.
Yeah.
And especially with your sisters. And your mother and your father, you were very close with your parents?
Yeah, I was. I don't remember so much my mother because I was a girl and I had problems with I was not so healthy. I don't know, but with my father I remember when we lived also then later after the war.
So Esther, can I ask, what happened when you had to leave? Do you remember?
Leave what?
When you had to leave your home, do you remember?
Yes, I remember this, but we have to, it was just, I had to go in the first class. And I remember that my father, when we went through to escape from Czechoslovakia to Hungary, and I remember how it was, that we had to, because the German went always around to look if everything is okay. So every time they went around, we had to go down
to
hide, and then we got up and we went on.
Do you remember when the Germans invaded Czechoslovakia? When they came to your town? When they came to Bratislava?
This I don't remember. I remember the terrible days there, what they did before she invaded. I remember that one day we coming home, I from kindergarten, and we met by the grandmother down, and then we all together because we lived in a very nice place, and went together home. And what I remember, that one day we came home and my parents were not there, and all our stuff from the house was on the floor, and no father, no mother there, and we came home and we are staying there, and all our stuff down on the floor, and that's it. This is what I remember.
And your parents came back?
Yes, of course. They came, and then because we lived in a very nice place. My father was good. His parnose was good, and then we lived in a very nice place. Going not in the Jewish area, going up mountain. It was very, very nice. Even I remember we're going from down in the winter, beautiful. And we were there. And then one day we came home. We met in kindergarten with all my sisters together by the grandmother. And then together we came home. We came home, I see all our stuff on the floor outside. And my father is not there, and that's it. That's what I remember.
And this picture of the...
This was the house where my grandmother lived, downtown. We lived in, and there we came. We met all the girls. We met together here, and then we went from here home together.
And here you have a lovely picture of your family with your parents.
Yes. Yeah.
And are you in the picture?
Not yet.
You're not yet. That is before you were born.
Yes.
But you had happy memories growing up.
Yeah. Good, not good, but good.
And these are just a few more pictures of...
This? these are the first children my parents had. Yes, these are this is a girl, no? Must be. No one here. She is. Probably two brother and sister. I don't that. And here, yes, here is my mother with her children. I think two children.
How did these pictures survive? Do you know how that you have these pictures?
Don't know.
It's
I was thinking
amazing.
about it. Probably my sister had it.
And this is your father on a bicycle?
Yes. And one of the things he was responsible for the Erev, so every Friday evening went around to see if everything is okay, and for the Erev.
The Erev.
Erev, yes.
It's amazing. Now, can I ask you, when the Germans came, do you remember ever being in the street and approaching Germans? Do you remember the feeling that you had when you saw?
Yeah, it was not in the game. It was when we came back, when first we escaped to Hungary.
What year was it when you escaped?
What age?
What age and what year?
No, I had to go in the first class then. I was just going to go in the first class.
How old were you at that time?
The first class is
Were you 6?
yeah, going to be 6. Not yet. Yeah.
So the war had already started, and
and no, we escaped already. It started before, but we escaped already.
Do you remember the day when you left your home, when you escaped, when you went to Hungary?
The way to Hungary, I remember.
And do you remember leaving your home?
No.
Do you remember what you took with you? Do you have any recollections of what you could take with you?
No,
That's
I
a long
don't
time.
remember.
But and the trip did you go to Budapest?
Yes, I don't have it now, but I had a picture, yes.
Okay, but do you remember the trip when you escaped to Hungary?
Yes, I said, we escaped to Hungary. I was one of my sister, me, and my father. And I saw we have to go. We had to. The German came and every few half an hour to come around to see if, and then we had to go in the field and to be there until they passed.
And why did your mother not join you?
Because she first sent all of us, and she went in the end with one of my sisters.
So she sent, and do you remember the trip when you went? You remember the journey?
The journey, yes.
Was it difficult, the journey?
It was, of course it was difficult for my father, because he had also, I tried not, but then he had to take me.
And you were so small.
What?
You were young.
Of course.
How did you go? How did you go? Did you go on a train or?
No, but what I remember after, but then I remember only that walking, and every time when they all, don't know, every 50 minutes, half an hour, I don't know, the German came around with to see if everything is okay, and then we had to hide in the field inside, and when they left, so we came out and went on.
And where did you go to in Hungary?
To Hungary. I remember they took me to a auntie. I mean, the wife of my uncle.
And where in which town?
In Budapest, in the main town, yeah.
And you remember your auntie? You remember going?
I remember she was not so very good. I know, because she was afraid that they will see me or hear me, as I does, so I could not move there. I had to be very good, very, not to be seen and not to be heard.
And who went with your father? It was your sister went as well?
My sister was there, yes, and each one was in another part. And they had a place, a Jewish woman, a religious Jewish woman, and this was a place who she took us because they were not very nice to the refugees who came from Europe to Hungary. As they said, probably perhaps you מגיע לכם, how you say?
You deserve it.
Yeah, you deserved it, yes. No, they were not nice.
How long did you stay with your aunt? How long did you stay there?
Miss my aunt? When? Where?
In Budapest.
I don't know. For me it was too long. I don't know. This I know, because I wasn't allowed to move there. Nobody should see me. Nobody should hear me, and so. And then they took me out from there.
And where did you go when they took you out?
Then what else? There was a couple there. Was my nicest time in my life there, because there was a couple who originally were from Czechoslovakia, and they did not have children. So they made the story that we live on the border of Hungary, so therefore I don't know Hungarian, but I can. But slowly I understood, because they spoke a little bit there. So, and they were Jewish. They did not have children, and they're from Czechoslovakia. So I came there, and that was the nicest time for me. They took me in those days with a special car, put me to the school, and I came in the school. You had to undress in the special. Don't ask. The nicest and the most expensive place.
Was this in Budapest as well?
Yeah. Was in Budapest.
And
that I had the time was there and went to the school there.
Was it a Jewish school?
Jewish, of course, Jewish school, but a very special Jewish school.
And your parents, were they also in Budapest at this time?
My mother was not anymore there. My father was in Budapest, yes.
Where was your mother?
My mother, when she left, was too late, and they went already in Auschwitz. With one of my sisters.
Your mother stayed behind, and then when she wanted to leave, it was too late.
Yeah, it was too. It was everybody should be right place and all that. And when she left with one of my sisters, my little sister, it was too late.
And when did you know that this has happened?
After the war, you did not know anything about it.
During the war?
No, did not know anything about it.
You didn't know what had happened to your mother?
No.
Did your father know what had happened to your mother?
Nobody knew. Nobody knew. Yeah. So we lived in Hungary. Okay.
And
I had a very nice life there by this family.
what was the name of the family? Do you remember?
First, perhaps I remember, now I forgot.
But they were very good to you.
They are very good to me. And it was also because my father, how I came there, that my mother we live on the border, therefore I cannot speak Hungarian. And because they already spoke German there. And my mother is very ill. And my father came like a friend of my mother there. And he came every week.
So Esther, at home, what language did you speak at home?
German.
Did you speak any Yiddish?
No.
But to your parents you spoke German?
German we speak, yes.
And Slovak you could speak as well?
Slovakian, when I lived there, yes, I could. I could. Yeah, I understood what they said but they did not saw that I understand what they are speaking.
And Hungarian, could you understand a little bit of Hungarian?
It was not a long time until I could speak and understand. Yeah. Okay, so.
And in your town, in Bratislava, did most of the Yidden speak German?
Only German. Yeah.
And no Yiddish?
Perhaps they knew Yiddish. I don't know. Yeah.
But the couple that were helping you, and the childless couple, they were very loving towards you?
Yeah.
And did your father come and visit you when you were with him?
He came once a week, bringing news from my mother to see how I am, to tell her. Yes, and then I could tell him everything what I had to tell him. When nobody was there, nobody listened. One of the things was also, I remember I had some socks that they was not supposed to be mine because it was from Slovakia. So they wanted to put me these socks on. And I said, I don't like this, no, I don't want it, I don't want it, I do not understand what happened to me. Okay, but I took it on the side when my father came, so I gave it to him. Well, the stories, yeah.
And the Jewish school, what do you remember of the school that you went to?
I remember the first, what we speak, the language, Hungarian language, and I remember how beautiful school it was, very special, and I remember how they took me from with a car in those days, with a car to the school, and how I have to change dresses, and I to do to go in and to a lot what we learned there. I don't know. I not only one word I remember.
What, do you remember the word?
What?
Do you remember what the word was?
Vonat. Vonat rakevet.
It's a train. And did you make friends with the other children in the school?
Yeah, probably. I don't remember a friend from there. I don't remember.
And the teachers, were they nice to you? The teachers?
Were they what?
Were they good to you? The teachers?
Nobody know anything about me, and it was a very, very special school. We could not. We had to come change all our dresses. We could not come. We said, and it was nice dresses coming there, but you have to change. And
was it like a uniform?
Yeah, something probably like that.
And did they take you to the Beit Knesset, to the shul, to the synagogue?
No.
You don't remember the synagogue in Budapest?
No, I don't remember that. Don't know.
And how long did you stay with this couple?
6 months for sure. Why did I have? And my father came once a week. That for my mother wants to know how she is, and then why I had, because I heard from them. I remember. My father came from my place to bring, because food was on how do you say?
Rationed.
Yeah, and I had to bring it. So one day I hear, I was 6 months by then. One day I hear that they speak in Slovak, but they think I don't understand. That tomorrow they have to bring again the food, ration. So they will go to them. What is this? She's already 6 months here, and they have to specially bring the here for them. Why? So I heard what they said.
Esther, do you remember what they were saying in Slovak? What they were saying?
Of course.
What were they saying?
No, they said tomorrow the paper again has to come. We will go to the office to see why has to come especially. Why is not? She's already 6 months here. Cannot get the food, the papers here, right? So when my father came, he did not even come in. I waited for him outside. When I told him what I heard, of course I could not go to to tell him why I'm not getting. He went away, and he came back. He said, my mother is feeling much better, and she wants her daughter right away back. So all this nice, happy place for me finished, and he took me away. It's the end of the story. But it was very nice people, really.
And was it hard to say goodbye?
It was, of course it was hard. In such a nice and such a special place to be. You could not imagine something nicer and better. Yeah.
And where did your father take you?
What?
Where did your father take you?
Where did I go from there? Where did I go from there? I know that they gave permission for refugees, children until certain age, to be registered and to stay in Hungary. So I was one of them, and I had an auntie there, and so I went to her to live with her children.
In Budapest?
It was not Budapest, it was next to Budapest, in a place called Ester Krausz, but what is the difference? Yeah. And I was there, and I was with her. It was a beautiful life with her. She had 1 son and 7 daughters. And I was number 8 there with them. We had a place, very nice. I had a very nice time with the girls, and one day, and I was officially, because I registered. So one day the German came and wanted to take me away, because so my auntie sent one of the girls to tell me not to come home, because I went down to bring the bread. I don't So I did not listen. I came. I went up. And I went up. I don't know why I came. I did not listen to her. And I remember only that they came, and they came to take me away.
Was this the German or the?
Yeah, yes. It wasn't the German.
Was the Arrow Cross?
It was the Hungarian. Yeah. The thing is like the
Arrow Cross.
Yeah. And I remember only that why I did not listen. I came, and I was not such a good girl, probably, listen to it. And they took me away, and I see her going after the car that they take me, and she went with all her 7 girls, and I am alive and still here.
What happened to her and the girls and the?
All of them went to Auschwitz.
All of them was.
None of them. Her husband, her son, who was not there, they were out, don't know where, they survived.
But her
and her children, no, nobody.
And you remember the Arrow Cross, the person that took you, the Hungarian Arrow Cross that took you, you remember?
They took me.
Do you remember the person who did it, who came to fetch you?
Yes, of course I remember, yes.
Did he speak to you at all?
No, but put me in a place where probably all the others were the collected children. In a place where they connected, and all these children went in the end probably to Auschwitz or something. But my sister, this sister managed to take me out. So she spoke with somebody there, and they told me what I have to do. When I get, I don't know how she came, one of the women who looked after these children, told me to go to bed, but not undress. And when she called me, I should go up and through the, up the, how do you call it?
The window?
Not the window, the...
Lift.
What?
Lift.
Not the lift. The wall. What between how you came in? There was not open. It was closed. I had to go through there. So I said, don't go to the door. Then, and when I give you a sign, you go out, and you. It was not so easy to go up and to that, and there was a Goyish lady who was waiting for me. But my sister sent for me to take me.
And Esther, where were you staying? Was it in a home?
When?
Where did the Arrow Cross put you? Where did you and the other children stay?
When I was before I escaped.
No, before you escaped, where were you staying? Was it a?
There was a place. They took all the children there. I don't know what happened with these children. Probably went.
They were all Jewish children.
Only Jewish children, yes. But it was little children, so they did not look so much after, should not escape or something. There was little children. They hold them there, and
how long did you stay there before you escaped?
Before I don't know how long. I remember only that this lady who looked after these children were there, probably finished in Auschwitz. I don't know for sure.
Was she a Jewish lady who was looking after you?
Not me, with all the group. I don't know. if she was Jewish, not Jewish, probably with money could do everything. And that's it. So she told me, this night don't get undressed, and when I give you a sign, you go out and somebody will wait for you outside. That's it.
And when you got out, another lady...
Yes. Also not a Jewish, somebody who they sent. Yeah.
And what did she do? She took you... You must have been...
No, she took me to where they told her to take me. Yeah, and then they took me where my sister, my father was, and I heard only before it, because it was late, that they also probably today will not be, not the day that I will arrive, that they will manage to take me out. And I just arrived there.
It was a miracle. And it was Leah, your sister, who organized...
She was organized everything.
What an amazing person, what an amazing sister you had.
Yeah.
And how was the reunion with your father and your sister when you saw them again? It must have been so emotional. Yeah,
I only remembered this. I only remembered being very cross with her because she took me to wash me, and there were other people, and I was a little girl, but I was ashamed, and I was cross with her that she didn't do this with me.
And where were they staying, your father and your sister?
There was a Jewish woman, that this religious woman, and this is a person who gave her. We could meet there and to do something and to be with her. And we wanted to meet, so we were by her.
And who was there? Your father and Leah?
And other two sisters.
And two sisters.
Yeah.
And when you met them again, you must have been so happy, so...
Of course. I wasn't so happy because I was angry because so many people there, and she took me to wash me right away. And I was ashamed.
And Esther, at this time, did you ask your father, where's your mother? Or did you have any idea?
No, we all thought that one day we will see them back, yes. Could not understand a lot what's happening.
And how long did you stay with your father and your sisters?
What does it mean, how long?
Were you there a lot?
Then, after this...
After she rescued you?
Don't remember how long, but we then went back to, because it was calmer in Slovak than in Czech, so we went back there.
From Hungary you went back to
Slovakia.
And did you go back to your home?
Nah, not to our home. We did not have a home. I told you we came home once and everything was everything was on the floor outside. That's it.
And what year was this when you came back?
Back it was already not so long before perhaps the last months. Don't know. Last months before the end. I don't know exactly.
And the journey going back to Slovakia?
We went back to Slovakia.
How did you walk back, or did you manage to go on? Do you remember the journey at all?
I remember only one thing. The journey I don't remember. I remember only that I was very proud because going there, my father had to take me. And coming back, I even held something with me, and I walked. And I was so proud that I can do it. Little things what children think. That's it.
And you know how long it took you to go back?
This I don't remember. This I don't remember.
And when you came back to Bratislava,
Yeah.
how was it coming back to...
It was very nice time, because first of all there was time. I think the Slovak people, they against the Germans something. It was time, and so for the Jews there was a good time. Good time, and a lot of Jews came back, and it was beginning a Jewish, later Jewish life there, and then suddenly from day to day, suddenly my father went to shul, wanted to go to shul, and somebody on the way told him, don't go, because the Germans are already there. So I went back, and from there it began again. Because the Slovaks were against the German. And then it was very nice, the time for them. And then it came back. So
And where did you stay when you came back to Bratislava?
where did I stay? I don't remember. I remember when this was a siren. I remember we have to go because the Slovaks, they went against the German, and probably there was something, and we had to go hide in the place. That's it. Long time ago.
And did you stay there till the end of the war?
What?
Did you stay with your father and your sisters till the end of the war?
Yes. It was almost end of the war. End of the war is it's too long, the story.
No, it's so important, Esther. Sure.
We came back to Slovakia, and then they had to do what they do with me, because I had two sisters, was blonde and nice, and then nobody saw, so that they are Jewish. It was only a problem my father and my older sister, but also my older sister always managed somehow. My other siblings, my sisters, they were blonde, nice, nobody thought they are Jewish, so there was no problem with them. The problem was with me. What are they going to do with me? So they sent me in I don't know how they call it, cluster, I don't know what yet, where children don't have parents or so live.
Like an orphanage?
Yeah, yes. And I was there. So nobody know I'm Jewish, nothing. I had to be like not Jewish, and the only one who knew they're not Jewish is the head there from the place.
Was it a Christian?
Yes, a Christian. Yes.
It wasn't a monastery or.
No, but who looked after the children were nuns.
Nuns.
Yes. There was one nun. She was choished that I'm Jewish or something, and she did not give me peace. And she said, and tell me, and she wanted that. And when she saw that I'm not saying anything, and not that, she did me so much trouble, and I hated her so much. And he said, "You will stay here until you say excuse me or something." I said, "Never I say excuse her." I was standing there, and she let me stay there, and I said nothing, and I was standing. Excuse, I won't tell to you.
But the person in charge knew that you were Jewish.
No, only the head.
The head. I mean the head.
The head, but was not between the children. He was in his offices there.
Was he a priest or was he?
I don't know what he was. Probably thought that all these children one day will become his, you know what he wants. I have no idea.
Do you know if there were any other Jewish children?
Other Jewish children? Yes, of course there were other Jewish.
There were.
The other people did not know, but he knew, the head knew who is Jewish, who is not Jewish.
And did you recognize any of the other children?
What?
Did you know any of the other children?
Other children?
Did you know them? Or did you know that any...
From the boys, I did not have any contact with the boys. We were not together.
But with the girls?
The girls, I know only one girl who came. But I remember, no, besides there was a Jewish woman who worked there, and they did not know about. And she was very good, because every night I went up to her and she gave me special food, and so.
And she knew you were Jewish?
Yeah, yes. We know we are Jewish. But, and there, no, but any other who, not the boys, but the girls, any other that I knew right away. So one day comes a new girl, and I saw her already. She had something, so she moved her head always. Some illness moved the head. So, you know, nobody wants to sit next to her. And I do not know what she is, but something fall down, and she said, "Shema Israel." I know what is Shema Israel. So no problem. She was sleeping next to me, and she whispered. And we had to go every day, 3 times a day, to get to daven there.
To pray.
And of course, the holy water to take. So I never took the holy water, and I never said what I did. Not such a nice things I said when I went in. 3 times a day. That's the story.
And how long did you stay there?
How long did I stay there? 6 months for sure.
6 months. And do you remember the name of the Jewish girl that you were with?
No. Don't remember. I don't know what. She was the only one who they saved from the German when they came to take. How did they get the German? If somebody was caught by the German, so he said, "I'm not going without my boy." "Where is your boy?" So he said, "In this monastery." So in the monastery, they thought they obligated him to say. So they said, "The other child." So he said, "This is not my child." So, and then they sent the right one. So he said, "Oh, there are Jewish children there. Let's go to see what is going on there. And so they came and took out all the boys. Was no problem for the Jewish children. They understood who is Jewish.
They made them undress, and they made them undress, and they could see he was Jewish.
No, for the boys, I said, is no problem. But the girls who were there, they somehow, I don't know. Perhaps they asked me something, if I speak German or something. Little girl, stupid like I am, I said, perhaps, yes, I know one word. So this was enough for them. If I know one word, I wanted to be clever, that I know one word. That's it.
And you remember them coming in? You remember the Germans coming into the...
Yeah, of course. Coming in and taking out the house.
And they took you out?
Yeah, of course.
And who else did they take?
Yeah, they took us took us to Terezen. Terezen, you heard of Terezenstadt. This was one of the good places. Yeah, but
who went with you?
What?
Were there other girls that went with you as well?
Was the other girl, one. So when we arrived there...
Was it the girl that had the Shema that you were with? Did they take the girl that said the Shema?
No. The girl who did the Shema, they hid her. The German did not see her. No.
But there was another girl there.
It was another girl, yes.
And they took you to Terezen?
Yeah, they took us to Terezen, yeah.
And this is near the end of the war?
Yeah. And they took us to Terezen with a big group from Hungarian Jewish women. And the Hungarian Jewish woman was not the nicest woman. We were 2 little children there, and there were 3 to sleep, yes, to go up.
Bunks.
Yeah. Nobody ever asked us if we need something, if we want something, if we have something. Nothing. They went, took, and we were down, waiting until they got up and went out, and then we went to sleep, where we could reach to that. And then there we were out, and they gave us one bread, like one, for a week. So we made the account, so how we will eat it, that should be able to go. I was there, we were there, until they were, what can I tell you, nasty women. Not taking consideration, 2 little kids, not asked who I what, nothing.
How old were you now at this time?
What? How old?
Yeah.
This was other war, huh? When finished the war. How old was I? 6.
You were born in 36?
It was something that, yeah.
8 or 9? You remember?
What?
8 or 9?
I was, if I was this age, yes, for a birth, yeah, yes. So we were enough, these 2 friends, we were enough adult to survive and how to because getting bread, one bread for a week, so we know how to put it from the inside, and the outside is anyway hard, so it will be a little bit more hard when we will eat it.
What did you do in Terezen all the time? What did you do during the day?
What did I do? What did we do then? Later, I remember later was very good. They took all these children together and we had very good life there. But in the beginning, when we arrived with the adults and they don't took in consideration, did not see us, I don't know. They don't know what to do. So we had to manage by ourselves. That's it.
And when they took you to Terezen,
Yeah.
did they take you by train? How did you get to Terezen?
Was it train? Yes, probably.
And when you
Yes. You say now I remember that in middle of the way we have to stop because it was almost the end of the war, and there were sirens. We had to come out and lay down until the siren. Yes. Okay.
And when you got to Terezen,
Yeah.
did you see the other Yidden in Terezen, the other Jews? Did you know what was going on?
We knew. I knew one who I knew before, and he was he knew us because he said he was something, and my sister always through him sent something to us, to me.
Did your sister know that you were in Terezen?
She knew then. Yeah, of course she knew. They knew where they took this us.
They must have told your father when it happened.
Yeah, of course they knew. They knew. This was the problem was not then. The problem was later. That when the war finished, and they said all these people from Czechoslovakia will come and the train will come and take you. So put your things, come. And we came, but the train who had to take it did not arrive. He will take the next day. But you can leave all your stuff here, and tomorrow morning the train will come. The next day, tomorrow morning, the train came, but I got ill and did not go out. And all my stuff, everything went, and I was not there. And my father and my sister were waiting for me arriving. Here is she, all her stuff here, and she is not here. Where is she? Nobody knows where she is. Perhaps she died on the way. They don't know. So if she died, we never look for her where she is. And there was somebody who said no, that what happened, that in the last minute I did not come to the. Okay, took 6 months until they found me.
6 months?
Yeah. Until they told me, and then they found me where I am. Because my sister went to look after me where I was not anymore there, and then finally she found where I am.
And where were you?
Somebody who took me. Some family who took me. And
a Jewish family or a non-Jewish family?
I don't. Perhaps it was Jewish family, not really. I don't know. I know only that I heard a voice, and I could not see her, and then she went. And this woman, this lady, said, "Who are you? She is here and she is ours now. Who are you?"
When your sister came?
She came. No. I don't know. Who are you to tell her this is your sister? She is ours now, and that's it. How do I know who are you? So I had to go back and make papers and everything until she found me.
Oh, so I just have to ask you, Esther, what sickness did you have that you didn't go to the train? Do you remember? Were you very sick?
I've don't know exactly what I had. Don't know what I had, but could not get up, could not
And who took care of you when you couldn't go into the train?
This was already after the war, there were somebody who took, I don't remember exactly. I don't remember exactly how I...
And Esther, can I ask you, when you were in Terezen,
Yes.
what did you do during the day? What did you do?
So, in the beginning, I thought when we were with all these Jews who arrived, and we had to look after us, so I told you what we were doing to. But later.
But did they have a school for you? Did they?
No, in the beginning, nothing. We have to look after ourselves. Nothing. Nobody looked after us. Nothing.
Did they do roll calls? Did they make roll calls? Did they do appel or roll calls or anything?
No, nothing. Just we were there. Nobody. There was other. I don't know why they let us like this be there. I don't remember.
Did you know where you were? Did you know that this was a type of camp?
Probably. Yes. But it was the best of what was. This was for the Red Cross. This was the place to show what are you there? Look how we treat them. How they.
Were you there when the Red Cross came?
No, don't remember that they came. I don't remember that they came. No, well, then after they looked later. They looked after they already. It was very, very looked after. All these children.
When you were there in the beginning,
yes.
Did you see any very that were very sick or dying, or was it very?
No. It didn't. No, there was not like this on the street. Or there's nothing.
You must have been very frightened that you were in a camp away from your... It must have been so difficult for you.
I had a friend with me and we lived in Mazel. We made our cheshbonos, how to manage with this food what we get and so on. But later we had a very nice... They took all these children.
And did you make friends with other children?
Yeah, yes. Later, yes, we were together with the children. Were very nice, very good
and
looked after.
All Jewish children?
All Jewish children. Only Jewish children, yes.
And the friend that you were with, do you remember her name?
Who?
Do you remember her name, the friend that you were with?
The friend that I went...
Do you remember her?
Don't remember now. I don't know.
But you were good friends?
Yeah.
And what do you remember when you were sick? When you couldn't go on the train? Were you very sick that you couldn't get up?
Probably, yeah.
And did they take you to the hospital,
They did not take me to the hospital. What shall I tell you? I can... Until today, I have these problems, pains and this. Don't know what it was then, what it was.
And how did this family come and collect you?
Which family?
After you were sick and you recovered, who came to collect you?
To collect me, not my sister. The other family.
The other family.
Don't know. I don't remember how I arrived there. They took me probably there. I don't remember.
Did you know that the war had ended?
I think yes. I think yes, because there was, yes, we heard that is happening something, yes.
And were you living in Czech, or did you go back to Slovakia?
No, a long time. And a long time, first of all, a long time until they found me, that I am and where I am.
And where were you staying?
When?
When, after the war ended, with the family, where were you living?
It was a family. When they found me and they gave me out and they took, my sister had to go twice with a train to show that I'm what I am.
Was this in Czech or was it in Slovakia?
It was Czech, and then we were in Slovakia.
And could you speak a little bit of Czech by this time?
Probably.
And what did you speak to the family?
No, we always spoke German.
Always German.
Yeah.
And were the family good to you?
Which family? I was with them?
Yeah. The family that didn't want to give you to your sister?
Don't remember. Probably not bad. I don't remember really.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
And do you remember when your sister came to the home?
Yeah, yes. I heard her voice, and then I did not. I could not. She could not see me, but I saw.
Could you not come and see her?
I could not. They don't let her. They don't say, "Who are you?" That she will come and take her away.
You couldn't go and see her?
No, I could not.
That must have been so difficult.
Yeah. No, I could not.
How did your sister know that you were there?
It took a long time until she found where I am.
6 months. It was 6 months.
What? Months.
And did you tell the family that you've got a father and you've got a sisters?
I don't know. Probably no, but she had to go back and bring papers and everything. And it's not so easy because this was Slovak and this was don't know where it was. This was exactly, I don't know where it is.
Was it part of Czech?
Probably it was not so easy for her coming from Nedov.
And eventually?
What?
Eventually they let you go with your sister? Eventually when your sister came?
Yes. In the end, of course, yes. She had to go and bring papers and until the letter.
And when you saw your sister, how was the reaction?
No, what did I tell you?
When you saw your sister, when she finally brought the papers, how was that interaction when you saw her?
What shall I tell you?
Did she come with your father?
No.
It was just your sister?
No, that's she. And when I went back, it was not so easy. The ways were not so good, and she was such a beautiful girl, and the Russians were there. It was not so. And we heard because the Russians were dead for watch and things. They could cut your hand to have the watch or something like this. It was not nice.
But can I ask you, when you saw your father and your other sisters, how was the reunion?
I did. First of all, I did not see them right away. All of them. I saw my one sister, and then you can imagine what it was.
But you must have been very happy to see your sisters and your father. And which sisters survived? What were the name of your sisters that survived?
Which name?
The names of your sisters.
First, she is Lea. Yeah. Violeta, Violeta. and Rochel.
Okay,
They survived.
Yeah. And my father.
And your father. And how long did you stay in Bratislava?
In Bratislava, my sister found her husband. The one who helped her always wanted her years ago, and she got married there, and on the Hasene there with her. I have pictures. Where is it? And she's going out, and I hold a little girl, and I hold her, you know. It's last. Where did I look about it?
And how long did you stay in Bratislava?
In Bratislava, my sister stayed longer. We left early, the earliest, because my father always wanted to come to Israel, but they gave permission. The British gave permission for the boys, the Jewish boys who worked with them, to bring their families to Israel. So you can understand what big family each of them had to arrive here. How many brothers I had.
So you have a picture of your father
Yes.
with your sisters in 1946.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful picture of your father and you, in the picture you are... Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, let me see. Yeah. This is after the war, yes.
It's after the war.
Yeah. Before we came to Israel. Yeah.
And did your father manage to find work in Eretz Israel?
Like, you know, in Yiddish they say, he sang, he always wanted to come to Israel. Lieber zu seiner Schwester wie in Gottes am Minister. You understand? What he said.
So when they got permission,
Yes.
do you remember leaving Bratislava?
Yeah, of course I remember. Of course I remember.
What happened?
What?
What happened? How did you leave?
Oh, there was a big, who came, we came together. They brought us. Yeah, this I remember.
And where did you go that you came?
Don't remember where they took us exactly. They gave us, yes, in Bnei Barak.
But you remember the ship coming to Eretz Israel?
Yeah, of course.
Esther, can I ask, when did you come to Eretz Israel?
Yeah.
In what year did you arrive?
In 47, perhaps. Yeah.
This is before the state was declared.
Yeah.
And you had special certificates from the British to come.
Yeah.
And where did you live when you came?
I went in a home, children's home. That's it. And my father lived not far in Bnei Barak, not far from me. It was very nice. My father was such a good man. The children, they said always, once a week he came. Of course he came for all the children. They said, Abba Shelanu higia. It wasn't Abba Shelanu, Abba Shelanu higia.
And where were you in a...
It was like a home in Bnei Barak.
In Bnei Brak.
Yeah.
And you made friends with the other girls?
Yeah, of course.
And did they ask you if you're a survivor? Did they ask if you were a survivor, Notzalei HaShoah? Did they ask you if you were...
Perhaps all were the same. It was not new. It was not, I wasn't special for this. No.
Well, you're very special. And Esther, if I can ask you, what message do you give?
What?
What message do you give to the future generations?
What?
As a messer, what message do you give?
Messer. What messer? Should live lives and should learn the story of the Shoah. Should know that was not always like this for the Jews to live.
But your story is a miracle. You survived, and so many miracles along the way. So Hashem was with you. It's a miracle. Baruch Hashem. So Esther, I just want to thank you so much. So this is a picture of your sister Leah that actually jumped off the train.
Yeah.
And with two other girls.
What?
With two other girls.
Yes.
And she saved.
Yeah. She was saved, yes. And she died 2 years ago now, perhaps. We have a big family, children, grandchildren, grandchildren.
And you were very close.
What?
You were very close with each other. And she saved your life.
For sure. And she was here, she made the big business and...
Amazing. May her memory be eternal blessing.
What?
May her memory be for eternal blessing. Toda rabah. Thank you so much. Esther, from the bottom of my heart, I am so grateful to you. I know it's not easy to remember and recount and to think what happened to your mother and to your other siblings. It's so difficult.
I know, but good that it is written in Norse and people will know about it. They know, but always better if they know more.
That's so true. But Esther, I'm so grateful. You are remarkable. You're really incredible. And you had so many miracles. You really had so many miracles.
It's true.
And Baruch Hashem, we're here in Yerushalayim.
Yeah.
And if you could just give us all a bracha.
What what a bracha shall I give? Should have good. You have a good life. What you are doing, but you will have.
For all of Am Yisrael.
Yeah, for all of Am Yisrael. Should have finally peace and live here and have our country.
Be'ezrat Hashem. Esther, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I am so incredibly grateful to you. And you should just have mazla and bracha always.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.